Target's profit sinks as it offloads inventory shoppers don't want. The New York Times. The retailer's second quarter profit fell 90% from the year before, far below what Wall Street analysts were expecting. Executives repeatedly pointed analysts' attention to measures that the retailer said showed strength in its latest quarter, including rising foot traffic and gains in market share. Target's results ca. plus 1220 chars. Netflix's Wednesday trailer actually looks like a blast. The Verge. Netflix's Wednesday isn't coming until this fall, but the show's first new trailer makes it seem like Tim Burton might have something wonderful on his hands. Netflix's Wednesday actually looks like it might be a delight. Rudy Giuliani. A target in Atlanta probe into Trump 2020 election subversion scheme. Appears before grand jury, CNN. Rudy Giuliani, who was told by Atlanta prosecutors that he is a target in their probe of former President Donald Trump's 2020 election subversion schemes in Georgia, appeared behind closed doors for grand jury testimony in the investigation Wednesday. CNN. Rudy Giuliani, who was told by Atlanta prosecutors that he is a target in their probe of former President Donald Trump's 2020 election subversion schemes in Georgia, appeared behind closed doors. Plus 5110 chars. First human-to-dog monkeypox case prompts WHO advice to pet owners, The Guardian. People with monkeypox told to isolate from animals after infection transmitted to Italian greyhound. In Paris. Monkeypox. People with monkeypox told to isolate from animals after infection transmitted to Italian greyhound in Paris. Wednesday, 17 August 2022, 19.23 BST. The World Health Organization has called for people I. Plus 3424 chars. Spacewalk cut short by issue with Russian cosmonaut's spacesuit, CNN. A Russian cosmonaut was repeatedly ordered to drop what he was working on and return to the International Space Station's airlock because of an issue with his spacesuit. The spacewalk was cut short. New York. CNN Business. A spacewalk was cut short just a few hours into what was intended to be a nearly 7-hour spacewalk after a Russian cosmonaut was repeatedly ordered to drop what he was working. Plus 2451 chars. Manchester United considering loan move for USMNT captain Christian Pulisic, The Athletic. Manchester United are considering taking USMNT captain Christian Pulisic on loan from their Premier League rivals Chelsea. The Athletic can reveal. Newcastle United. Juventus and Atletico Madrid have all made approaches for the player who cost Chelsea £58 million. Manchester United are considering taking USMNT captain Christian Pulisic on loan from their Premier League rivals Chelsea. The Athletic can reveal. Newcastle United. Juventus and Atletico Madrid HAV. Plus 3687 chars. 13th Gen Vs Ryzen 7000. Threadripper Pro 5000. Is Linux the future? The Full Nerd EP. 225 PC World. Join the Full Nerd gang as they talk about the latest PC hardware topics. In this episode, the gang is joined by Wendell from at Level 1 Techs to talk about the null. How a third-party SMS service was used to take over Signal accounts. Vice. Unknown attackers targeted Signal users after they broke into the systems of communications. services company Twilio. Last week, hackers broke into the systems of Twilio, a cloud communications company that provides infrastructure to other companies to automate sending text messages to their users. By breaking into +6725 chars. Love is Blind's Jarrette Jones and Iyanna McNeely are divorcing. E! News. Love is Blind stars Iyanna McNeely and Jarrette Jones, who tied the knot during the finale of the show's second season, are going their separate ways. Read on for more on their split. Watch Love is Blind, Season 2 reunion. Cast talks if love is really blind. Iyanna McNeely and Jarrette Jones are no longer two peas in the same pod. Nearly 6 months after Love is Blind, viewers what? +843 chars. Pence pushes back against GOP calls to defund the FBI, The Washington Post. The former vice president disagreed Wednesday with those in his party who have called to defund the FBI, after the Bureau's search of former President Donald Trump's residence in Florida last week. Placeholder while article actions load. Former Vice President Mike Pence pushed back Wednesday against those in his party who have called to defund the FBI after the Bureau's search of former President. +3457 chars. A Watermark and Spidey Sense Unmask a Forged Galileo Treasure. The New York Times. One of the University of Michigan Library's most prized possessions, which appeared to be a Galileo manuscript, is now thought to be the work of a 20th-century forger. Palmer, at the Morgan Library, said in an interview that he accepted Wilding's findings that the 1607 letter was not a genuine Galileo, and that the library would update its catalogue to note that it was +1982 chars. These Arctic fish are full of antifreeze. Gizmodo. Snailfish off the coast of Greenland have evolved a clever trick to live in icy water. The deep sea is filled with creatures adapted to intense environments, and new research describes how biofluorescent snailfish near Greenland use antifreeze proteins to keep themselves alive in Frigi. +2360 chars. Yankees place Clay Holmes on 15-day injured list, MLB Trade Rumors. The Yankees have placed closer Clay Holmes on the 15-day injured list due to back spasms. As one of A.N.D. Help. The Yankees have placed closer Clay Holmes on the 15-day injured list due to back spasms. As one of a series of transactions. Miguel Andujar and Tim Locastro were optioned to AAA. While Ron Ma. +1584 chars. We tested which earbuds are best for phone calls. On a boat. The Verge. AirPods vs. Galaxy Buds vs. Pixel Buds vs. Link Buds. Stress testing the best wireless earbuds. AirPods vs. Galaxy Buds vs. Pixel Buds vs. Link Buds. Chris Welch on top of the NYC ferry. Photo by Andrew Marino, The Verge. A couple of months ago on the Vergecast, we wanted to answer a question. +3854 chars. UK inflation jumps to 10.1%. Pushed higher by food. The New York Times. The surge in prices is expected to peak in the autumn, when household energy bills are likely to sharply increase. There are some signs that supply chain problems, which had been a major driver of inflation among goods, were easing, suggested by a fall in the annual price growth of furniture. Household goods and plus 1677 chars. Top 10 NXT 2.0 moments. WWE Top 10. August 16, 2022. WWE. Null. Your browser isn't supported anymore. Update it to get the best YouTube experience and our latest features. Learn more. Remind me later. Joe Burrow reveals appendix ruptured. It wasn't normal appendicitis, NBC Sports. At the time, Joe Burrow's appendectomy July 26 sounded like a routine procedure. But instead of his appendix being merely inflamed, the quarterback's appendix had ruptured. Burrow revealed that Wednesday during his first news conference since the surgery. WHIC. At the time, Joe Burrow's appendectomy July 26 sounded like a routine procedure. But instead of his appendix being merely inflamed, the quarterback's appendix had ruptured. Burrow revealed that Wens plus 1059 chars. Polio. How to find your long-lost vaccination records and other FAQs, Gothamist. How do you find your old vaccine records? Is a child protected if they haven't had all their shots? Who's at risk? And does polio spread in pools? Here's a guide to facing a polio outbreak in 2022. Adults who are seeking their polio immunization history can reach out to their healthcare provider to see if they have that information available, said Monica Pomeroy, a public information officer. W. Plus 2503 chars. Impact crater may be dinosaur killer's baby cousin, BBC. Is this the companion to an asteroid that hit Earth 66 million years ago, wiping out the dinosaurs? Jonathan Amos, science correspondent at BBC Samosan Twitter. When an asteroid slammed into what is now the Gulf of Mexico 66 million years ago, wiping out the dinosaurs, did it have a companion? Was Earth plus 4725 chars? Los Angeles Rams QB Matthew Stafford says elbow feels good, he's right on track for season. ESPN. Rams QB Matthew Stafford said Wednesday his right elbow feels good, and he feels right on track to be doing what I want to be doing. Thousand Oaks. Caliph. A day after going through a full workload in the Los Angeles Rams intra-squad scrimmage, quarterback Matthew Stafford said his right elbow feels good, and he feels right on. Plus 1474 chars. Nintendo Switch my way. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Splatoon 3 Nintendo. Null. Your browser isn't supported anymore. Update it to get the best YouTube experience and our latest features. Learn more. Remind me later. Expect a more hawkish Fed after September, says Jefferies David Zervos, CNBC Television. David Zervos, Jefferies' chief market strategist, joins the exchange to discuss economic data, inflation and the Fed, for access to live and exclusive video. Null. Opening statements begin in second R. Kelly federal trial, Chicago Tribune. Opening statements in the case against disgraced R&B superstar R. Kelly began Wednesday with prosecutors alleging the singer had sex with children and he and his co-defendants attempted to cover it up. Opening statements in the case against disgraced R&B superstar R. Kelly began Wednesday with prosecutors outlining their accusations in the plainest possible language. The defendant, Robert Kell, plus 6588 Chars. LeBron James. Los Angeles Lakers agree to 2-year, $97.1 million extension that includes third-year player option. ESPN. Lakers star LeBron James has agreed to a 2-year, $97.1 million contract extension that includes a player option for the 2024-25 season. Clutch Sports CEO Rich Paul told ESPN. Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James has agreed to a 2-year, $97.1 million contract extension that includes a player option for the 2024-25 season. Clutch Sports CEO Rich Paul told ESPN on Wednesday. Plus 1685 Chars. Monkeypox patient's nose is rotting after being dismissed as sunburn. New York Post. The man's nose began to rot due to a monkeypox infection as well as untreated STIs. In one of the most shocking case studies of the virus so far. A man's nose began to rot in one of the most shocking monkeypox cases reported so far. The 40-year-old German patient went to his doctor after a red spot developed on his nose. It was then assumed T. Plus 2707 Chars. A cannibal solar ejection heading straight for Earth could bring northern lights as far south as Illinois and trigger power voltage issues, CBS News. The storm could hit as soon as Thursday, NOAA said. The sun could be sending a storm to Earth over the next few days. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, our fiery star spit out a series of bursts on Sunday that are plus 2498 Chars. Joe Burrow reveals appendix ruptured. It wasn't normal appendicitis, NBC Sports. At the time, Joe Burrow's appendectomy July 26 sounded like a routine procedure. But instead of his appendix being merely inflamed, the quarterback's appendix had ruptured. Burrow revealed that Wednesday during his first news conference since the surgery. WHIC. At the time, Joe Burrow's appendectomy July 26 sounded like a routine procedure. But instead of his appendix being merely inflamed, the quarterback's appendix had ruptured. Burrow revealed that Wednesday. Plus 1059 Chars. New jailbreak code for John Deere is here to liberate the tractors. Jalopnik. Right to repair advocate cracks the code on high-end farming equipment. A new jailbreak code for John Deere tractors revealed Saturday at the DEF CON Security Conference in Las Vegas, is the latest tool in the right to repair movement's fight to make everything a little more. Plus 2394 Chars.